if you're like me, you're a cupper, you probably have, you know, how can I say this not weirdly? Discovered your female anatomy by, you know, sticking up there and just finding out how high your cervix is. I might have mentioned in some videos, in my early videos, that I had a really high cervix because I couldn't reach my cervix. And that's true. I can't reach my cervix, but it's not true. And then in my other videos I said now I have a low cervix because now that I've used a menstrual cup more, I realized that I have a low cervix, I just have short fingers. Well, look, you know, my finger is longer than the menstrual cup. I should have figured that out. But, you know, it was still kind of a mystery to me, but I'm like, you know, whatever. I just can't find my cervix. Whatever. I can use menstrual cups. It's fine. But I know my cervix was kind of lower, you know, but I just couldn't reach it. It was so weird. So, the other day, I was just in the bathroom. I washed my hands. I'm like, anything else to do? Let's try and find my cervix. So I washed my hands again, and I stick my finger up there. And I'm just going up as high as I can. Like, I still can't, like, reach it. Like, I'm at the end of, like, my vagina, and there's nothing there. Like, I can't reach it, but I can't go any farther. So just as I'm going to take it out, the back of my, because, you know, you're in it like this, so the back of your finger is like, you know, your fingernails to the back hits against something. And I'm like, that's my cervix. Like, I could just feel it with my fingernail, but it was like that round knob, and I kind of tried to turn my finger around, but I couldn't really. But I could feel it was that round knob, but it was not on the top. It was on the side of my vagina, in the back. I'm like, that's interesting, but it makes sense now because I could never reach it up because it's not up here. This is, okay, pretend this is your vagina. Pretend this is your cervix. Your cervix is supposed to be here, but mine's like here. It's so weird, you know? But that makes sense, really, because you think about it. If the base of your cervix is like here, and it's supposed to be up here, you could have all this space to go up, but now it's here. I can only go, like, to here, because there's this big, you know, bulge coming out. So I just mentioned it casually to my mom, like, hey, Mom, you know, don't you have a tilted cervix? My mother does have a tilted cervix. She's like, yeah, I do. And I probably do, too. So now I know I have a tilted cervix. Ah! They actually say it's harder to conceive when you have a tilted cervix, but my mother had no issue conceiving me, so we'll see how that goes in the far future. But that's really interesting, so I'm going to do a lot of research with the tilted cervix thing. So if I can figure out how to put a picture in here, I'll put it up right now. As you can see, the vagina, you know, you're supposed to have that cervix up here, but it's actually up there, but it's actually to the side. So instead, your cervix entrance is in an odd angle. So that is what's going on with me. Really interesting, and I'm going to be doing a lot of research about that, and I'll probably make videos about tilted cervixes and such. Really interesting. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. As for other menstrual products, I've looked up if people with tilted cervixes can use soft cups. Not soft menstrual cups, but the soft cup. And it says it's harder to do it, but you can. But I don't see how I could, just because mine's not in the front, it's in the back. So I don't know how I could do that, because I'd have to, like, put it the other way and tilt it, and it wouldn't like, make sense, because it wouldn't be dripping into it. It'd be, like, dripping, like, out of it. So I probably can't use that. But, yeah. So I'm going to do research about, like, is it even safe? Because, you know, with your cervix, the tampons up there, it's right next to your cervix, but it'd be a lot more dangerous, I think, for me, because it'd be resting right against that. So I'm never going to use tampons. So I'm definitely going to do a lot of research about this just to find out more about it. So if you have a tilted cervix, you want to give me some information about that, I'll be really interested to hear about that, because this is all new to me, and I'm not, like, scared or anything like that. I'm totally okay with it, but it's really interesting. I didn't know I had a tilted cervix until a few days ago. But yeah. So, I mean, the first thing I did was, is it okay for women with tilted cervixes to use menstrual cups? Yes, it's totally fine. I thought it would be. I just want to make sure, you know, of course. I'm like, yes, thank you. Because, I mean, I love my menstrual cups. So, yeah, it's totally fine for women with tilted cervix to use menstrual cups, you know. There's nothing different about it. It's just that your cervix is in a weird place. So, please, if you have any information about tilted cervixes, if you have a tilted cervix, and you have experience with menstrual cups, please feel free to contact me. I really want to hear about your experiences, because I'm new to this. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more tilted cervix updates and we'll see how that all goes. Bye. Thanks,